coming around and I'm a blazer. I'm the bad boy flavor. Light blue gators, not guilty.
I, the American judicial system, depending on what side of the fence you stand on, you're either extremely happy or you feel like it failed you. We got to talk about it. Hollywood, King Bolt, Nikki, we got to address the elephant in the room.
It's a big elephant.
It's huge. Like, it's huge.
Large elephant.
Like it's huge, no pun intended.
No Diddy.
Literally.
Yeah. So, P. Diddy Combs was found guilty on 2 felony counts of transportation engaged in prostitution under the Federal Mann Act, and found not guilty of pretty much all the major stuff: the racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud. So I think it's a lot of swirl around this, because I think for the major ones, he could have got life in prison. Right now, they're still looking at trying to get the max of 20 years, which I'm hearing is a stretch, but bail was denied. So I just want to start off by saying it's a very sensitive subject. We do not condone domestic violence at all, no matter the reason, no matter the
Prostitution?
or prostitution.
Question mark.
No, I'm just saying, I'm like, if you're in Vegas, technically it's illegal, but yeah, I think it is. It some states prostitution is legal. I have to check with Jeremy.
It is.
But it's like, to me, if a woman is selling her, or a man, right? If they're selling themselves, that's more like violence. Like, okay, this is a choice I made. I'm not chosen to get beat up and stomped out. I think that's kind of. But we can dial into that. We'll open it up the floor. What are y'all initial reactions on the verdict?
I knew it was gonna be like that. I didn't think he was gonna be charged for the big stuff like sex trafficking, and again, this is me speaking, not being heavily updated, but just seeing here and there. They weren't saying anything that pertained to those larger charges. Now, the smaller 2 charges, yeah. With all the different people coming up to the stand, I could see why they decided that we can charge them with this. But they didn't say anything. And I just seen a lot of gums flapping, not enough information to put him away truly. I also feel like, excuse me when I say this too, people were involved. It was very much voluntary, very much consent given in the beginning, and consent can always be taken away at any time, most definitely, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they weren't able to get those larger charges because people are not telling the full truth, and it would defame them as well. It would make them look bad, and it's like, if you know you're not willing to tell your side of it, you should have kept it out the court. You should have settled like you did before. And I just feel like that's the situation that I'm seeing here. They try to do what they can by giving little information, and you can't get the verdict that you're looking for without telling the complete truth. Now, in the beginning, she probably did want to suck 17 dicks. She didn't want to do that the next week, though. Now, if you're not going to tell the court that you suck 17 dicks, we're not getting all the information that we need to be able to give the proper verdict, or the proper results that either you're looking for that applies to this. Read the room.
He's illiterate.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, you wild for that shit, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. Yo, you a wild boy, dog.
That's her song. You was talking about her.
Hey, bruh.
That was crazy.
You could
It
have
was
clipped
it
that
was right
in.
after I
Like,
said she want to suck 17 dicks. You talking
Yeah.
about dun, dun.
me and you
I'm
and
trying to
them.
find it. I was trying to find a picture with her tongue, yo.
All right, you doing
They
too
showed in court because she was
Bye.
getting too
No,
many.
they don't need to see that. Use your imagination,
much.
people. But to basically wrap up, that's my thinking of that. You guys were never going to get that verdict if you're not telling the complete truth. And even if it does make you look bad, the truth is what the truth is. And it's the juror's job to look through all that bullshit and be able to present whatever evidence that y'all need. I don't know. They wasn't telling the truth.
King Bolt, what you think, man?
I definitely feel very similar to Nikki. It's like I feel like the judicial system is very biblical at times because it's like, I think of, he who without sin cast the first stone. But a lot of people are ready to throw, but when the mirror's shining back on them, they're like, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. So, it's like if you're not going to be fully transparent as a window, then what's the point of bringing said conflict to the surface? So, I feel I do agree with Nikki that a lot of people, there have been more people involved, possibly bigger names that don't want to diminish their image. We talked about even when we went back to episode 1, talking about Shannon Sharp and, NDAs and how people move with different money and things like that. He was working with someone that was beneath him financially, for lack of a better term at this point. There are people that have equal value in certain industries that have probably been involved and don't want to speak their truth about how they played a part and said. So at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of this was an exposed version of Diddy to show, things he's done in the back end, which we all have known he's been a bad boy. But I digress because it's
I'm sorry.
yeah, I can go ahead and get
Oh, you're a bad boy.
I'm trying to hold it in.
it. He's a bad boy. Nah, let me on some real though. Like Nikki, you bring up a very good point. There is a point where you're like, "Hey, this is cool," and then at some point you're like, "All right, I'm done." But I feel like if you want to continue, you can't also try to hold a light to somebody that, if you're gonna constantly go back to that or you miss certain aspects of it, but you understand this is what comes with said aspect. Maybe you do like doing drugs, but if you do drugs with this person, this might be what happens at the end of the night. And it's like I think about it because I got friends. It's like I'm gonna do certain things with those people because some of them have boundaries, and then there's some friends where I'm like, they're gonna take it to the max, and I ain't trying to do all that. So I try to relate. I try to have a human aspect, and I see fault on both sides. It's of course hindsight's always 20/20, but I feel like the sex trafficking was a stretch just to begin with because there was money involved. I felt like that wasn't a real. Was he kidnapping people? When you hear sex trafficking, you think like
That's
kidnapping.
exactly what I was thinking. Bringing them to
There's
a hotel
will,
for
right?
other people to take
against their
advantage.
will and keeping them in some quarters or where they don't have freedom. And it's like Cassie was on these red carpet appearances with this dude a lot of times. So, when you talk about sex trafficking, did he pay dues to fuck her? Yes. Okay, you want to get him on prostitution. That's liable. But I feel like a lot of this was, kind of, I guess, say a charade for lack of a better term. Because I felt like a lot of it wasn't even real when there were pressing questions, people closed up. So it was almost like a Tyler Perry show. To be continued.
I see what you did there. You on a little roll today.
Like that? You like that?
You on a
I'm feeling good. Shout out to Corona Premium.
Yo, shout out to who's the ones that the prosecutor's the one trying to lock Diddy up, right? Yeah, and I say
Yeah.
hot mess. That's what they was.
They denied him bail though, so he's sitting there.
I think
The judge did.
so.
Yeah.
I want
I
to
think, yeah.
I want to touch on a few things, King Bolt. I want to steer away from the victim. Like I don't think it's like it's not an equal. Like I have a piece of the pie and she has a piece of the pie. Now, granted, then we could really, if we dial it back, all right. She was kind of like the program manager of this because she was making calls, she was coordinating with these people, she was doing this with and without Diddy, right? And Diddy, sometimes he wasn't involved in hey, you don't need to do it. You got a role coming up, movie, red carpet. Nah, I want to freak off. I want to freak off. So I get it from that lens. So I do see what you're saying. You're an active participant. It's not like it was when they said Kelly was locking people up in the basement type stuff. And I didn't even believe that. I did, that's another story. But here's where it gets tricky. I'm a 20-year-old girl. Like I'm a 20 at the time in the beginning, not now. In the beginning, I'm a 20-year-old girl, regular girl. I'm with this producer, Arles. I'm starting to see lifestyle. He's putting her on. Now you're meeting Diddy. Is you're impressionable. They have these folks have really the world at their fingertips, and you're young, so you haven't experienced a lot of life. So I don't want to use the word grooming, but it's kind of like it's different. It's power dynamics, right? Like almost like you're at a job, and technically he was the employer once you got on. Like so, it kind of sways your decision on if it is like, okay, well, boom, I like these nice cars, I like these nice things. Can I say no? Would I lose it? So I guess it is to your point. I see it both ways. But he's a lot older than her, influence, money. He ain't even like a regular guy. So I get that piece. I get that piece. My issue is and you made a really good point, like biblical. Excuse me. When we get into this, it's like most people I talk to are mad, but they're not mad about the crime that he did. They're mad about more of the actions. Like, oh, well, he was beating her up. He was doing these things. He was having sex with a lot of people and beating women. He's a terrible person. He's locked up. All right, sounds good, but what does that mean in the court of law? So when I be like, can just a jury of 12 gonna convict him of like, was he a businessman where he had a criminal empire and we're just out here buying and all that? Like, I don't think that was the case. I think he was in a abusive relationship with this young girl. I think that he was a super freak. I think that he liked to make his own porns. And I think a lot of celebrities, it's going to come out, a lot of people are on that same time, not just Diddy. So this is the thing too. So this ain't mutually exclusive to Diddy. This is other people on the same type of time. And I'm seeing them start to come out too. I think Bootsy said, yo, I seen the thing Bootsy said, how many rappers out here are going out, flying women out to different states having sex with them and sending them some bread and sending them on their way? And then other rappers in the country like, yeah, you're right, you spitting. Well, then do they need to get locked up too? Because he's not really getting locked up for beating up Cassie. That's not what it is. That's just to paint the picture of this guy. He's getting locked up for the other things, the organization of the things, and then the people that are victims are active participants in it. But I guess they got immunity, so it's just weird. It's a weird situation. I'm not saying he's a good person. I'm not even saying he needs to be free. I'm just not surprised on the outcome based on how they went about the case. Do you talk to people? You watch, yeah, man, he got a lot of baby oil. So what? So what? He beat the woman. Well, he should have got. They should have did that when I guess the tape didn't go out or whatever. And so it's just tricky. It's tricky. I'm
I
not
feel
pro
like
by any means.
I feel
By
like
any means.
partial of the blame needs to be on Cassie's people.
Yeah, her parents.
I couldn't be your best friend. Not only parents, I couldn't be your best friend and I seen that man beat your ass and we on a boat the next week. That don't make no
Y'all
sense.
on the boat the next week. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
that don't make no sense.
Those aren't friends, and to Hollywood's point, people like the things you do for them. So a lot of people are very materialistic.
Mhm.
You can literally fuck them up and then go buy them a diamond ring, and they will forget what you just did to them.
Yeah.
And it's sad because people are that shallow, and so it's like now things aren't the way you thought they may be, or things didn't happen the way you did, so you raise your hand. But at the same time, it's like you have to talk about what you did as well. And I don't think a lot of people were prepared for that. Because let's be honest, there were a lot of big names that were dropped throughout this trial.
Mhm.
And, social media have had their fun with it, but none of these people were called to the courtroom.
Shout out to Kid Cudi.
Shout out to Steve Harvey and Will Smith.
Steve was sweating
You
bullets.
know what's great? I seen so many videos of Steve Harvey and his appreciation for baby oil shortly after that. It was crazy. I didn't even realize, so it's like, if you're watching social media, it can definitely sway you into a certain way. So you have to try and keep some sort of balance in not just who you are, but what you see. You know what I mean? Go, as much as your algorithm may point in one direction, go see the opposite. Go search the opposite. But it's very hard because I feel like even though we've been to court for a couple months now,
Mhm.
a lot of truth hasn't been told.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People just wanted to point a finger and say, this person's weird and I don't like it.
Mhm.
Or they're weird now because back when I did like it, it wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
And that goes on both sides, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, even on Diddy's side, like, I'm sure when Cassie, before she started fucking with Kid Cudi, everything was peachy. Or maybe not, you know what I mean? But you think about somebody that has that kind of power throughout industry, and it's an industry you want to be a part of.
Yeah.
It's almost like selling your soul to the devil.
Mhm. Mhm. You gotta pay.
Yeah, it's like you pay it forward, and it's like, at what cost are you willing to take on these? Because I mean, there were a lot of perks that we didn't see that I'm sure said parties were involved in, or we didn't hear about on both ends. You know what I mean? Cassie may have gotten things that we didn't see on said red carpet or
Mhm.
vacation she went on, and there were probably other freak offs that we didn't hear about that probably had more prominent people involved, or there was some fucked up shit that went happen. You know what I mean? Like they brought a goat in the party or some shit. Like, so it's all speculation. I don't know. I'm just
Go.
He's
Corona
like,
Premium
"Oh."
creativity in a can. But you know,
Sponsor.
just yeah, sponsor me, bro. Nah, but on some real, like, it's really hard because when all this came out, I was like, you know what, Diddy always been weird to me, low key. So, you start to feel a certain type of way. And then, as certain things are being talked about and certain things transpire or things break out, you're like, okay, you know. But I try to be very non-judgmental. I think he is very wrong for for a lot of things he's done. Do I think he should be locked up for sex trafficking and racketeering? I don't think those held any weight. Was he prostituting? Hell yeah. Like, motherfuckers was getting broke off to fuck. Like, let's be
Him
honest.
and every other Hollywood actor.
That's what I'm saying. So many things that happened. And I mean, and then when you talk about where it happened, like Las Vegas or Nevada, for instance, like that's a state where prostitution is legal.
That's true.
So, it's like it's very blurred lines with countries and states, especially in the United States, because you have federal and state.
Uh-huh.
So I do think this isn't the end, especially since he's not being held without bond. I think there may be, smaller cases that spurt from this with said
Yeah.
individuals.
Yeah.
So
He
I
can still
definitely
get charged for the civil.
right.
They can still
Exactly.
get the civil. So I just want people to know that. I
So
don't.
this is not the end. Even though he wasn't found guilty for some of the bigger charges, we thought may send him away for a very long time, and he still may do a good bit of time. He's not completely off the hook. So, but I do feel like there will be more trials stemming from this. And then as those trials transpire, we may have some defamation cases coming into play as well. So
Mhm.
this is going to get this is going to get murky in a lot of different ponds. And, it's crazy because there's a lot of other things going on in the world that I feel like draw more attention. But here we are.
Yo, I got a question for both of y'all. So even talks, I'm out in these streets, man. Or I'm out in public, and people be like, "Well, hey, I know you, Hollywood. What do you think?" So someone told me they were like, the jury composition, right? You got, I think it's 8 women. No, excuse me, 8 men, 4 women. Do you think that plays a part of it? Like, should it have been 6 and 6? Like, do you think that, and the age range was like 31 to 74. So you had young people, you had old people. And I think that, like, if you think historically in the past, what was acceptable then is not acceptable now. So if I'm an older person, like in the 50s, I'm
You
not,
don't see a problem with it.
you could
Yeah.
smack your
You
joint.
in the
You know what I
fucking
mean?
Woodstock.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like
yeah. Hey, you
you
made pork chop. I wanted pork chops. You made spaghetti. Wow, like that was normal. And I
yeah.
don't agree, but I'm just saying, like, it's perspectives of when you think about that. So what do y'all think about that? Like, did the jury, like, you gotta, because when you're going into this, right, you gotta convince 12 people that he is guilty of these things. You got 8 men, 4 women. Did they pull them about it?
As we transpire into this new generation of technology, I would love for the jury to be AI. And I say that because at some point humans have some sort of bias to whatever they have lived.
90%.
So that's going to come from it. So if you're not able to structure a jury around a variable sex, gender, age, demographic, along all these things, to me, there should be one black woman, one white woman, one Mexican woman, one, you know what I mean? Like, let's break it down to this, and then we're going across age as well. Now, if you're doing that, we need to increase the amount of jury because,
Yeah, 12 ain't enough.
yeah, it's not enough. So if you're trying to get a consensus on what people think is right to them, they're going to base it off their own experience. And that's the problem with the whole fucking judicial system as it is, because we ain't even going to get into black and white America, but we all have seen how things can turn based off of the color of said skin or the age of said person
Mhm.
or the sex of said person. You know what I mean? Like, we could go on for days. So I feel like if you're going to give a fair person justice, fuck the humans.
Yeah, so then it really,
We don't fucking know what we want. So how are we going to judge somebody on what they should have?
yeah, it might, to your point, Dan, it might not just need to be the jury. It probably needs to be, like, you don't even need lawyers at this point. It needs to be, it just, the AI could control. I'm not a fan of AI taking over human, like, I don't even like self-checkouts. When I go to the grocery store,
Hey, right there, not swiping. Shut up.
I mean, I don't, I'll be like, hey, let me go to this human being, because I'm going to keep the job.
With
And
your 3 products, you going to a human being?
it don't matter if it's 3 or 30. I want, and they get mad. I'm trying to do them a solid. What? Hey, self checkout, dude. I'm trying to keep you a job. Trying to keep
Not
you a
trying to
job.
work.
I don't understand that.
That's the problem. They don't want to work.
They're not
So
trying to
why
work.
make them?
Here we
They
go.
don't want to fucking work. They don't want to be there either.
Hey, King Bolt been hanging with the Donald, yo.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you like
Hey,
this.
beautiful
Hey,
Bill.
you know what? I hate to get off topic, but I gotta say this. I was talking to somebody at work, and I was like, I feel like obesity is on the rise because niggas don't go out and shop no more.
Yeah. Nobody's
for
nobody's
groceries.
trying on
For
clothes.
they don't go
Nothing.
see
Let
new
me
stuff. They
be
just hit their phone, order online, and it show up at their door a couple hours later. Why go get up and walk around the store for a couple hours and be around people?
I'd be sweating the most in the fitting room. Niggas don't try on clothes no more.
Like for real, like niggas
You know
really
what I
don't.
mean?
I did that. You know, I say that, Nikki, because I bought like 5 pairs of pants and I thought they were gonna fit and they didn't. And I tore the tag off all of them, so I can't return them. And now I don't know what to do with them.
You tore the tag off before you tried it?
Yeah, I was very
That
anxious.
is a man thing to do.
It was. And you know, I tried on one pair and I said, oh, the rest are good. What I didn't realize, the rest were slim fit and not straight fit. And
Slim fit for
King
slim
Bolt
fit
is a
for.
slim fit type guy. He like
nah, not in the
he
bottom
like
half.
skinny, not even slim. He like skinny.
Nah,
For
not
the slim
hell
fit
nah,
guy.
not in the
He
bottom
like
half.
yeah, he like the bottom. He
I
trying to
might
show
be
that.
able to suck in the
He trying
gut
to show
for a
that
couple
hot-
hours. Hey, chill out, bro. All right. Is that where we going now?
I don't know if we're ready there. We got a little
Is
more.
that where we okay, you still cooking
Get
on
there.
Diddy?
We gonna get there, but we gotta peel the onion.
You got the Diddy cooking oil?
We gotta peel the onion. We cook it. Hey, what you said? Bad boy.
With Cassie song.
You've been waiting so
Yo, let's
long.
keep it a buck. I don't want to do this, but I
Don't
have
piss
to.
me off.
I don't
You
want
don't
to.
piss me
I'm coming for you. I ain't coming for you, nigga. Name for $100. Name 3 Cassie songs. I'll catch up you $100 right now without Googling. I'm watching our hands. 3 Cassie songs.
I don't know.
$100.
I just know me and you.
And me and you don't count. Me and
Remix
you don't
and
count.
me and you
No,
dubstep.
me and you don't count. Me and you don't count.
Nah, you ain't say that, bro.
Yeah, no, I didn't finish my sentence. Let me land. Name
That
3
was
Cassie songs.
nigga, that was a 71st skating rink anthem,
No,
bro.
you see that one song. Name
Oh, hold on.
3
Official
Cassie
girl.
songs.
Official girl with Lil Wayne. Cause you got a long way to go. That one is a good one. And the boys always spending all their money. Yeah, with Nicki Minaj. 3 songs, baby.
That's
Oh, that one.
third. What's the
Cash App.
third? Huh?
I told you what it was already.
What name them? Name them again.
Long way to go.
Uh-huh.
The boys with Nicki Minaj and official girl Lil Wayne. Where's
These
my
are
money?
Cassie songs, not
Where's my money on?
Not Lil Wayne songs featuring Cassie. A Cassie song.
No, that's a Cassie song featuring Lil Wayne.
Yeah, y'all
Look
weird
it up. Look it up. Boom.
Hey, I pay my debt. I'm gonna fact check it. Yo, y'all in the comments, let me know if she's just making this stuff up on the top of the head. Ain't nobody get validated. She's at King Bo told me she's at the red carpet. Why are you at the red carpet? Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you?
Oh, wait, while we're talking about that, this is why I think the narrative of Cassie trying to use Diddy for her career, I'm not jacking it too much. Because her career was popping off when she was with her ex-boyfriend, the one that wrote Me and You.
Yeah.
Diddy didn't do too much. Once she was
song.
but once she was with Diddy, she was slowing down a little bit. I didn't see her too much. She was
She
shaving her
was
head.
17.
She was 17?
No, getting 17. You said it, not me. I don't want to repeat it.
When
I
did
don't
I
want to
say
repeat
that?
it.
No, when
How
did I
did we
say that?
start off? No, what King Bo? What?
When did
You
I say
said
that?
wait, hold on.
She
No,
was
you
getting
said
17 men in the top.
Oh, no, I'm sick. That was an example. That was an example. I said she may have started off sucking 17 dicks at first. It doesn't mean she wanted to keep doing it, though.
She didn't even have 17 songs. What are we talking about here?
Well, they had a lot of dicks around them,
Dick
so.
per word.
Huh?
It's dick per word.
That's crazy.
I'm
Let's
trolling.
move on. Let's
Allegedly,
move on.
Cassie, whatever. I don't even know your last name. I don't want no smoke. I ain't no
Ventura.
this ain't
I'm trolling like a motherfucker, but what I will say,
artist. You make me.
Take your
let's say
time.
with a straight face.
Take
You're
your
right.
time.
And
Go
we love
for
your
it.
music. Yo,
Turn off the camera until you can gather yourself.
I don't want to hear you sing the Star Spangled Banner, man. What are we talking about, man? She ain't like, come on, man.
Cassie,
You
you're
here
a
for
good
one
singer,
reason.
honey.
You have,
Come on, man.
and Me and You, like, was he really hitting the vocals of Me and You? Or was it the
What?
Was he hitting the vocals on Me and You, or was it the beat?
The meat or the beat?
Beat.
Oh,
Y'all gotta chill
okay,
out. Y'all
my
gotta
bad.
chill out. Y'all gotta
You was
chill out.
cutting.
You ready for
I
this
was.
topic?
You was cutting out at that point.
Oh,
I heard.
you know, sometimes a song is better because of the beat, the music, the background music, than the actual vocals. Was he singing? Was he singing that song, or was it the? I mean, because I could play it.
Let me think about it.
Realize how similar B and M looked when things are quiet. You know, with like lip reading, like
Mhm. Hey, right,
Are
hey,
you
hey,
serious?
you already know the captions go jack all this stuff up.
Are you serious right
Yeah, who is this? You took the yeah, so you know she took the glasses off. I don't even know who.
hey,
now? He
look,
said,
just
"Who is this?"
Hey, Foxy Brown
listen.
in the building.
Yo,
Yeah,
girl.
I'm here to answer your call. I know that I shouldn't have had you waiting at all. I've been so busy, but I've been thinking about what I wanna do with you.
I don't know the words. I don't know the words. I don't know the words.
Love the confidence. No,
I don't know the words.
for Me and You is definitely the down, 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 down,
Yeah, that was
down,
all
down,
Ryan
down.
Leslie. That was
Ryan
all Ryan
Leslie is
Leslie.
a top tier producer. And what does he do? I
Yeah.
leave you for Diddy. And what did Diddy do? Treat you through all this mess. Like, come on, man.
7 Deadly Sins, one of
I'm
them.
not gonna lie though, she also may have like Stockholm syndrome.
Exactly. And
You
that's
know what
why
I mean? Like
I don't put
after
it on
sucking
her.
mad dicks, getting nutted on, like, and then you got your ass beat. She may have thought there was no way to say no anymore.
Boat wanted me to put the hotel video on, but I said no, I'm not doing that on this show.
Look at it. He said, "Who asked?" He said, "Who asked?"
I have no idea what conversation.
Hey, that Repo Man video got the views. That man got
Oh,
ran over by the car.
I'm not gonna lie. You should have brought that shit back up.
That Repo Man, yo, that's hey.
Repo Man is crazy, bro.
You're
Hey,
quick. You're quick.
my nigga.
This was probably the last time.
Hey, because he's trying to get out. He's trying to lock her up.
Mind
But
you,
this
he
is what
tried to
she
lock
said.
him. The boy already got in the car.
That nigga's okay. The nigga was okay. He was just
You see how he jumped back up?
yeah.
He
He
was
was
fine.
fine.
He was
Yeah.
fine.
If it really hurt, you'd be sweet. Just-
Sleep, yo, your brain is on the
I would
concrete.
have played that.
I had a boo-boo on myself and got $1 million.
Yo, I'd rather you run over my foot than my head.
The foot hurt.
Oh, go crazy.
Marcus, please.
Hey, he go hit his cap
Going
up.
crazy, dog. Yeah. I might go. Hey, you run over me, I'm going into convulsion. Like I'm losing it.
That's how they did. If I'd have
I'm
been
gonna
son of
fall
Bad Boy, if I'd have been son of Bad Boy, the first freak off, I'd have act like I'm allergic to the baby oil.
Oh, they never calling you back. They be like, this one is competent. He is difficult.
Eject.
He's like, the GHB ain't working. I don't know.
Yeah. Eject this nigga.
He'd be like, you don't like baby oil, daddy?
Daddy?
I like
Oh,
that's how,
no.
I think that's how they talk up north.
Probably Canada.
Jada can say, but it's cool when he say it. But what Diddy say it is a problem.
Is it? Was it? Was
Diddy
it
means
God?
it in a whole
What's up,
different
God?
way.
What's up, King?
Hey, you call me son. Hey, what up, son? Hey, I'll take son versus daddy any day of the week. Hey, you been working out, daddy?
It depends on how you talking
that.
to me, because some people will call you son thinking you bitch made. So
Ah,
you can't be sunning me all day.
yeah,
This is why I can't go, because then I'll probably be ready to fight somebody. This is why I can't go. It's not
That's
meant for me.
okay.
I don't
We
care
just
how
as
good
ready.
those
You can't go where? You can't go where, Kickboat. You can't go where.
None of the North shit, bruh.
You
Fuck
said
that
nowhere
shit,
out
bro.
here. We're not.
Down here, if you got a problem, you say that shit. What's up?
I
Don't be
mean,
talking all slick.
So,
You
question.
gon- you gon' hear it.
And the month is over, so I'll let you live. What can they call you And what up, Poppy? You go to the grocery store, the corner store, to be like, yo,
Nah.
Poppy, is that cool? Or
Unless
you
you, the only reason that
Poppy's
be
for foreigners.
acceptable is you Dominican.
Yeah,
Dominican
Poppy
niggas
is
say
for
Poppy.
older foreigners.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. There's no in Hollywood. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's no term we use down here in the shop that would give a man dominance over me in some authoritative aspect. So, daddy, you know what we say, boss. What up, boss?
We don't. Yep. I don't call people sir. I don't do that.
You know what? I do it to older
I
people.
serve people.
Yeah, like yeah. You got to be a senior.
I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
you're supposed to be serving niggas if they sniffing you.
You heard that back there?
Yo, what is going on?
I think she heard you back there.
Hey, when a nigga said, "Can I sniff you?"
I'm not gonna lie, I was hearing that man all night. Letting him know where we stand age wise.
I don't understand what you just said. Elaborate, please.
What you
You
What
were.
you mean? Not like that. Not like that. Don't worry about it. Let's move on.
Wow.
Listen,
Okay.
you know that- First off, I was sharing that all night. I'm like, how did we get here?
Oh my gosh. Pause. That
That's what
sounded
you
good.
said. I'm
Pause.
repeating you. How are
No,
you pausing
pause.
everything you said?
Pause. I didn't even notice. Like, chill
What
on me.
you said?
Yeah, I didn't even.
That's what you said.
I know, but I didn't notice that's how it would have came out.
Well, I don't even know what other way it could have been.
You know,
subordinate? Is that what we're doing?
we're not.
Not what? Like military subordinate. That's what King Bo, you're a brat too, right? You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You see trying to be crazy with it.
Yeah, cadet.
Yeah, we sons of military men. So is it subordinate is different than what you want some
That would have been the time to insert a sound effect.
I don't know. I don't have a whip and chain.
Yeah,
I
put
started
that
the
in there.
Rihanna song as quick as I could. My little fingers weren't moving quick enough.
Wow, man.
No.
Yeah.
No, but so and we gotta reel it back in. We gotta reel it back in. So what do you think is a fair time for Diddy to be locked up? Because depending on who you talk, some people are celebrating this Diddy verdict like he's innocent, but he's not. He's just not guilty on certain crimes.
3
He's
of the
guilty on
5
certain crimes.
charges.
And not guilty and innocent is two different things. We forget that. Some people are very upset about what happened, and they're all that good stuff. And some people are saying, time served, let him out today. I think he has to wait till at least October when they do the sentencing, but I could be wrong. So y'all correct me if I'm wrong. What do you think? 5 years, 10 years, 15? Let's do it. Let's do a little bet, a little wager on it. Let's do it. How long is Diddy getting locked up for? If he gets locked up.
We taking the over under on this. I mean, like I said, I ain't no judge, so I don't know really. I don't really understand sentencing. I feel like it's just a feeling motherfuckers get. Like a nigga could do the same shit somebody did yesterday, but somebody cut you off in traffic today, you gonna give them 20 years. So I'm also why we should go to AI, but it's tough to say. I feel like I think he's gonna do 5 or less.
5 or less.
5 or less. I really, and on my heart of hearts, I think he'll do 2. If that. And that's including time served. I feel like there's a judicial system that I've seen.
If you include time served, then he'll be out in like 8 months. Right?
I'm just saying, I feel like he's not going to be in jail much longer. I admit that's my personal feeling. I feel like with all this and the way things have transpired, people are going to poke more loopholes in their different stories, and then they're going to say, why are we even doing this?
Yeah.
Go ahead and Young Thug, my boy.
What you thinking, Nikki?
Damn. Honestly, I was thinking the same thing.
So y'all
That's
being
what's
low.
so unfortunate. Like, I feel like for prostitution, max is like it can't be more than 10 years. Honestly, like people fuck prostitutes every day. But for Diddy, because of who he is, where he stands in the community, the money that he got, I agree with Bo. Probably 5 years the most. And he probably might not even reach all of 5. That's what's really sad.
Yeah,
That's why I really wish everybody told their proper truth, because they
and they
would have
told their.
gotten, huh?
I think they told their truth. I think a lot of people are involved. I think it's more people involved than it wasn't came out yet. And Diddy knew
Agreed. Agreed.
he stayed quiet. I think if Diddy really wanted to, he could unleash some things that will shock our society. But I definitely agree with both of y'all.
So I want y'all the same clip you played at the beginning of this episode. Go watch the whole verse of Diddy, and he says in that verse, if I'm going down, everybody's going with me.
Well, he stood up.
Also,
He sat on his hands on this one.
but
You
also
sat.
that's why I
What
feel
I'm
like
saying
not
is
everyone told their
because
shit.
nobody came forth, he didn't need to expose nothing.
Yeah. He
So
got.
because everybody sat at home base, you think about it, Will Smith's name got brought up, and what we see this nigga doing, he out in London making a
He's
fucking
rapping.
street anthem. He's trying to come out with an album.
Yeah.
There's a lot of motherfuckers right now doing shit out of like weird nervous energy. Like, so I feel like there is truth to what is being said. Now, until people can come forth and give evidence, which is necessary in the court of law in the United
Man, yes.
that nothing is going to give anybody a shadow of a doubt that I should do said X, Y, and Z to this person because they did A, B, and C to you. If you cannot come with concrete evidence, it's not going to do shit.
It's
And
not.
if your shit is flimsy, like a lot of these people's fucking story is, then guess what? It's out the fucking window. And that's why we got several cases dismissed.
Yeah,
So,
you gotta try them on the right things.
like I said, if you were really hurt that bad, you would have said something back then, and I felt like you would have.
Whoa!
I'm
Wait,
just saying.
no, finish your thought. Finish your thought. Let him cook.
You would have had prominent evidence at that time. When you go back and try to bring up stuff that happened from years ago, set on said phone. Look, I could bring up shit that happened 10 years ago. I could say it, but I don't even have that fucking phone anymore.
So real quick, I feel like there's no doubt in my mind there's evidence, but going back to what you guys said, other people were involved. That's why I don't think not the entirety of the truth was told. Because I think Cassie knows if she opens her mouth and says some names, between her and Diddy, she's the first one to be out of this earth. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like she probably did have the truth. She probably has some videos, but Jay-Z's chilling in the back. Like, you know what I mean? Jay-Z, don't
There's
come
some
for
very
me.
powerful
You're just
people
an
that
example.
aren't behind bars that can do things.
You get what? Yeah, heavy on behind bars already.
They're not being tried. So, it's you think about it, when all this kicked off, Diddy got missing for like a couple months. You don't think this motherfucker was getting his ducks in a row? He's not stupid.
Yeah, didn't they catch him hopping on a plane?
Immediately, he went to he flew out. So I'm like, obviously there were phone calls made. There were
Offshore
conversations
accounts.
being had. You talk about all these celebrities that have come out and supported Diddy, said Kanye.
Yes.
And you have celebrities that don't speak on the matter because if they do, it can be upheld in the court of law.
Silence is another form of
admitting guilt.
Agreeance, yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of people
because no one has come out and said I ain't done those things.
Yeah.
Show me where I've done those things. That's why we are where we are.
When we was kids, they were talking about these Diddy parties. They was talking about our POTUS parties. Like a lot of this stuff is not isolated to Diddy. So y'all are cooking on what you're saying.
I want to add another aspect because I feel like even for us three, we don't understand the magnitude in which somebody of that wealth operates. Because I said this about basketball players, they make a couple, $20 million a year. Why would I make $20 million a year to dress like everybody else? I'm going to come to work in a construction uniform, and I might come back tomorrow as the Joker.
Mhm.
So if I have this money to sit in a chair for a couple hours and be this person that I'm not really, why do you think I want to have sex the same way everybody else wants to?
Okay.
So
That's
do
good.
we base our judgment is based off of our experiences
Reality, yes,
of what
yes,
we do.
yes.
So this is why I come back to my full circle moment in which AI plays a role, because even as a judge, you may not be going to Diddy parties or realize the benefits of a freak off. So you may be very closed minded, Christian brought up, and you think these types of things are, you send people to hell for these type of things. And then there are people that they have lived the life their whole life, which we have discussed in previous episodes, that Diddy has been brought up in a world where freak offs were normal.
Yeah.
So we blame somebody for being a product of the environment. Stop, bruh.
You was cooking.
Now, exactly. Now I can't fucking think what I was about to say. Stove got cold. So yeah, it's fucking A.
Yo, hey, well, let me pick up where you left off.
All
Let's
right.
be real. If I was famous, right?
Let's play the instrumental at least.
If I was famous, man. If I was famous, let's say we had a record deal, and we ain't like Big and Mace. King Bo he had to leave on this one because I was about to cook. We up and coming. We a record deal. Would I, Hollywood, be at one of the freak off parties? Right? That's what you gotta ask yourself if you're in the circle. And it ain't just a Diddy, it could be a Jamie Foxx. This is what they do. This is what celebrities do. We knew about this from before Diddy. They always talk about the celebrity lifestyle and what they do and what's accepted, these Hollywood things. It predates Diddy. 70s, what's Hugh Hefner? What's the other one who was messing with not the children? Now that's crazy. I ain't talking about the one who's messing with the kids. I ain't talking about him. But that's part of it too. But like just to say, okay, boom, I'm coming in here. I'll be like, y'all run some, Nikki, I got a record deal. They had this party. I'm invited. I heard it's crazy. We don't gotta watch anything. Don't drink anything unless it's a bottle that you see the seal is on it and you crack the seal. And we're just people watching. We're just people watching. Like it's not a stretch to be out there. Now you get out there, you're like, okay, dang, this is, I don't know, name Tiana Taylor over here. She getting what? Hey, who are you? Hollywood, you up and coming? All right, sign me up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that much of a stretch.
No, I agree with
But
you.
I know what I'm getting into is where I'm getting at. Like these people I'm kidnapping you. This is an exclusive party. Everybody don't get to go to, like, you kind of know what you're getting to and you're getting there is what I'm trying to get at. And I think that at the end of the day, when we get so caught up on the freak offs and all that, like this is I think this is almost like a willing, like, all right, boom. You're either going or you're not. King Bolt, if you say, okay,
I was about to say I don't know if that's true because I've heard some celebrity like Lecrae, gospel rapper. He talked about being at a Diddy party and he said an actor came up to him. Matter of fact, it was your boy that I can't think of his name right now. Terrence, what's his name?
Terrence Howard?
No, not Terrence Howard. The one that played a lottery ticket with Bow Wow.
The one that played the best friend. I can't eat. I'm broke.
I don't know his name. Yeah.
Your boy.
Yeah.
He came up to him and was like, "Hey man, it's that time you need to get out of here." Like he was giving him a heads up, like this ain't the type of stuff you want to be around. So I don't know if it's hey, you got to know the secret password to get into the freak off, or it's just like we gonna get this shit jumping and you can stick around if you want to, or you can play if you want to. You're right, yeah, like. But before you go, you gonna sign this NDA that you ain't see shit.
No, man, forget that.
That's the part, yo.
Sound good, but at the end of the day, you can't play this naive card when things hit the fan. There was, even at 12 and 13 years old, you knew as a child what a Diddy party consisted of. For real, before he even knew what it really meant.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
You're not gonna tell me this grown man is at a Diddy party and ain't know what a Diddy party was about. Like, I'm not
I
trying to
mean,
hear.
Hollywood, we grew up differently. You know, I cannot. Some people grew up sheltered. Some people grew up in a cult. I don't know what they are subject to in their lifestyle. You know, it's very. That's why I said that before. Like, I cannot speak on somebody's perspective because I don't know how they were brought up or what environment they were a product of.
Yeah.
So it's hard. You know, some people grow up in church where they didn't even kiss somebody till they were 21. So it's like, yeah, you hear Diddy party, you think it's just a fucking kids bop celebration, but no, motherfuckers about to get naked and baby oil is about to be sprayed.
I feel like it's
So
depending on how it's being sold to that person, though.
yeah, very true.
You
And
know what I
I feel like
mean?
there are people around them and that may influence, you know, your agent, your A&R. We're talking about music. There are a lot of people that are around you that manage you and say, hey, you need to go to this because it'll help you
Yeah.
get to here. And you're like, oh shit, that's my career. I'm trying to do that because I need to get my
Yeah.
moms out of the hood. And then all of a sudden you realize you got a dick in your butt. And you're like, wait a minute. How'd I get here? So
Oh, wow.
Don't look at me for with the music.
why is that on speed dial is what I want to know.
Yo.
That
first off,
nigga
don't
dialed
come at me with
one
the
and said
music. You went-
call.
Yo,
This motherfucker is one and
He said hello.
hey, that motherfucker he hitting his voicemail button on the phone like
it's
he
tough.
got in that program. Nah, but on some real like, you know, I said that because I feel like, you know, of course, all we hear is a product of it. You know, there's her side, there's his side, and there's somewhere in the truth. There's in the middle. There's the truth, and we will never know what the truth is. We just have to accept that. So people that live that type of lifestyle, they may not see anything wrong with it. They find it very liberating, and there's nothing wrong with said lifestyle. But there are people that weren't raised that way that say, hey, you're not an upstanding citizen because you get nasty. And, you know, it's tough in the world that we live in because things are very hypersensitive as it is, but also things are very hypersexual. So at what point do you draw the line? You know what I mean? Like, you know, some days you're cool with it, some days you might not be. You know, after you had a couple drinks, you may be more liberated than.
Whoa! Because once you had a couple drinks, now we're blurring the lines of consent. I just want to be clear on that. Here at the Watch List, we're big on right mind, make right decisions.
Mhm.
Right?
When I
But
say
also
had a
don't
couple, not to
drink if you can't handle your liquor.
that's what I was about to say. Not
'Cause
drinking
you
to
should
the
not
point
be
that you're
you
completely
shouldn't be
shit
outside.
faced in an
That's
unfamiliar
true.
situation.
But if you do, you take advantage of, please report it. We're not victim shaming. We understand. Hey, I had a drink. I can't think. I had a drink. I can't think. Just had it. And this is for the guys and the girls, because sometimes it's like the rules of engagement have changed. So we got to educate the youth out there to say, you know what? You got to make sure that because in the movies and stuff, I'm tipsy, and you wake up, I don't had whatever. You can't do that no more. Or should you have ever done it?
Not funny no more.
On that, yeah. But to your point, have you seen? I switch gears just a little bit. It's related but unrelated. Have you seen the Boondocks cartoon when they were talking about Tyler Perry and Grandpa was doing the plays with Tyler? And at the end of the day, he was talking about he was dressing up as Medea for God and all that stuff. But then he was like, hey, man, I want you to, suck my whatever. It's like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm tired of that. I'm just doing it for this reason. We talk about The Simpsons telling the future, but Boondocks was really on point and ahead of the time. And two, that I kind of look at that situation with Grandpa almost like Cassie. She wants the fame, she wants to do these things, but there's a lot of stuff that comes with it that you might be willing to do, and some things might be past what you want to do, but sometimes you get in too deep. With that being said, how you feel about Tyler?
First off, shout out Boondocks for having Fayetteville ties. We ain't gonna get into too much in depth, but you know,
Yeah, my
those
shit.
involved from Fayetteville and Boondocks, we appreciate you. You know, shout out to Nine Down. But I feel like I've said this multiple times. Fuck Tyler
Whoa.
and everything he stands for. I don't want to, and that may turn him on after I've seen some text messages and some interactions with other male parties. So, you know, I've always traced it like, let's just be honest. You always base it off of who you seen somebody with. Have you ever seen Tyler Perry with a female? Like intimate, like not intimately, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
Where they look
just
like they're
out,
dating.
yeah, like just out and about, like cuddled up. Now you don't see that. You see him jigging the Beyonce concert front row. You see him at, you know, different events in different clothing. And I'm not here to shame somebody for their sexuality. I just want people to be honest with who they are. But I think today's episode is more so based around people using power to get what they want
Power dynamic.
and influence to get what they want. And I feel like us as human beings, regardless of who you are, you know, there is, I don't want to say everybody has some sort of like authoritative fetish, but, you know, to those that are adults and go in the bedroom, you know, we all have our moments where we want to be dominant and we have our moments where we want to be submissive. So I feel like that's subjective throughout all aspects of life, not just behind closed doors. So I say that to say, Tyler, just live your life. If you like guys, you like guys, you know, and that's okay. Like you've dressed as a woman for the last 20 years. And that's the only woman we've seen you with or as or
I ain't gonna stand for too much Tyler Perry slander, man.
I don't know why you won't. Because I
Tyler,
don't have a good bone. There's not a good thing to say about Tyler.
what do you
If you
mean?
watch his recent
What do
Netflix
you mean?
movie, have you watched his recent Netflix movie?
Amazing.
You haven't watched it.
Yes, I did. I watched it.
Okay. What happened at the end?
It was emotional. I don't want to spoil it for our fans, but we can talk about it. We could talk about it because he had a,
I think our fans have either seen it or chose not to see it.
Yeah.
So
All right. So here's my thing. First of all, Tyler Perry historically has overpaid African American actors when other channels have not.
that's
Like,
fact.
that's a fact.
Overpaid or properly paid?
I was about to say
Well,
properly paid.
okay, all right, well, properly, or that's
They were underpaid, and now they got what they were worth.
all right. That's fair. Fairly paid. How about that? Y'all beat me in the
Yes.
middle. Fairly paid.
Okay.
But I'm just saying overpaid compared to what they were getting for similar type movies
Mm-hmm.
from other people. Like what's her name? The one you're hating on this movie. What's it? The main character? Strong. Who was the main character?
Taraji P. Henson. Yeah.
Taraji P. Henson. That was probably the best acting I've seen her done in her career.
It was better in Baby Boy.
My,
She was way better in Baby
don't
Boy.
even do that.
She was
Oh
way
my
better in Baby Boy.
Her range in that really touched my heart. I was taken back. I think I shed tears watching that movie. It just he really epitomized the struggle. Like to me, Black women are like the most underappreciated group of people in this country, period. And I think that a lot of the struggles that she went through in this movie kind of made her like mentally break down. And then the loss of her child made her like, that was deep to me, man. I didn't see it the same way as you. I thought it was a good movie. I thought that she acted well. I didn't think it was a great movie. I thought it was a good movie. I thought she acted well. The twist on it was, Tyler's gonna always throw a twist, but her going through there was some holes in the plot. I'll give you that. It was
That's
some holes in the plot.
that is my whole foundation of this.
He played
He
golf.
has very good twists in his movie, and you be like, oh shit, okay, that's cool.
Hey, like he walked
You said who?
nothing.
You watching that man a little too close.
Yeah, I don't even think I've seen him move throughout a
Yeah.
show outside of a muumuu and a wig.
Is that
So
what's
I don't know what's real and what's not. But what I was getting at was like, yes, he has very good twists, but the script, the dialogue, the set, the hair, the makeup is trash. So I don't care if you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. He giving shit. He's giving us shit. Even though Taraji probably, I will say this, Taraji had the best opportunity to show range.
And she
But
did.
when she had to read her lines, I was like, why the fuck are you talking like that?
She was Steph Curry with the range.
No. I'll give you what's your boy in Atlanta?
Trey.
Yeah, imposter Steph.
Yo,
Imposter.
5 out of 5. No, I'm doubling down. I'm not taking this. This is what this, and I'm not gonna put this on you, King Bolt. But I'm gonna just say what I gotta say. Whatever. I beyond pause because I'm offended. We are overly critical on Black producers, Black actors, Black executives, and when it comes to our non-Black counterparts, we give them a pass and we praise mediocre work. And I'm not going to slander a good production and movie and acting.
Hollywood, I immediately disagree for the fact is 2 words: Denzel Washington.
What?
I don't know a Black actor that was more appreciated that never got his flowers until he played a crooked cop. So you say that, and I find it difficult because even we take it to even like in life. I want to support my Black businesses, and I find it hard because when I go to said establishments, the service is terrible.
Oh my God!
The food is not what they said it was.
Sign this, Nikki.
I'm just saying, in Hollywood,
No,
you
he's
know,
not
you've been to
wrong.
these places. I want to support you.
I'll still
But
try.
why am I paying $25 for wings and fries?
Mediocre at that.
And it is not nothing. I'm not gonna get at fucking Wingstop. Why are you charging me so much? And then the service, bro, when I tell you, like, the service be so bad, dude, like, I be literally be like, I want to pay her not to work here no more. It's like, you're not gonna do well here. Like, I want to cash you out to where you realize, I'm gonna be an esthetician.
I cannot believe the words that are coming out.
Believe it. I stamp it. I stand by it.
I don't.
Notarized.
Notarized
You
it.
and them, I
Stamp
don't see
seal.
color.
Yeah, I said it. I said it.
Compare a franchise to an independent business, like like a self like that's tough.
You know what? You're right, but I've been to plenty of Mexican establishments, Anglo-Saxon establishments. I try to refrain from saying white, but
Anglo-Saxon means white.
that's what they originally were. Quakers, Anglo-Saxon.
I'll say the
I
Quakers.
don't know.
Yeah.
I Google that.
You got, yeah. I use AI for that too.
I'll say that's
But
most of the
what I'm
history up
getting at-
north.
What I'm getting at is Black people find a way to exploit their own Black people.
And that's why
and
we don't get
It's
too far.
sad because there are people that want to support you, but you're also trying to take advantage of them because you want to have a come up. And it's like, we have a lot of Black wealth in America, but we have a lot of people overselling what they're doing, and it's nothing special.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not doing anything out of the norm, it's only because you want me to support you as said brother, sister, supposed to ride or die together. So, yeah, it's a couple Charlotte establishments. I'm not gonna name them because
call them out. Call them out.
I'm not because I know some people, some of my friends like going to these places, and I don't want to deter them. But that's my thing. If that's your thing, cool. And my thing is, I won't even just give you a one-time shot. I'll come back. I'll be like, maybe that option. I'll come back.
Sure.
And it's still ass. I'm not coming back no more. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice,
Can't get fooled again.
Yo, where was that?
Can't get fooled again.
When was the last time you shopped at Target?
It's been a
Oh,
minute,
it's been a
honestly.
while because they
Yeah, since
support
the
they
DEI shit.
support Trump and the
Honestly,
DI.
Did
I'm gonna be
God.
real with you. DE&I, bro. Ever since then, bro, I have not stepped foot in a
It's in
fucking
there.
Target, bro.
Same.
well, it ain't DI no more, but that's another subject for another
I don't
time.
give a fuck what it is. They said they ain't bought it.
Mhm.
Fuck you
No,
mean?
for real. They say
You
they're
can
not
call
doing
it
it no more.
Juneteenth for all I give a damn.
Oh,
I
they
don't
don't
fuck
sell that. They
like
don't, I was looking for a Juneteenth shirt. They was like, oh, I was like,
nigga. Hey,
but here
anyway.
you're not gonna have these and I ain't gonna say black minority owned things in these big stores if you're not supporting it, you're not buying it. Because at the end of the day, it's about your business is about making money. They don't care where it's coming from. But then you have the people of the world. I'm not supporting these because it's this stigma around black owned businesses that they're late, horrible. When I mean horrible customer service.
Is it a
They got
stigma or is it a
attitude.
habit now?
Nikki, wow, we need to relax. I'm just putting,
I'm
the stick
relaxed.
out there. I'm not putting that on there. I'm supporting. Now I am, for me, and I am pro small business.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Right? Like, so I don't care if it's black owned. So I'm like I'm gonna go to a small business before anything else. Now, if it's
Non-chain places.
yeah,
Yes.
I love it. If it's small business. Now, if it's a black-owned small business, that is a plus.
Right.
That is a plus.
Sometimes.
But I am big on customer service. But I'm not going to get out here on this platform and down black old. I'm not going to do that. We got at least 30 viewers.
Who's doing that?
We're at least 30.
No.
See, you
No,
see
but
how you
no,
try to paint
who's
me into a corner, right? You see
who's
how
downing
Hey, I'm
who's
back in the
downing
corner like
black
Hakeem
businesses?
Olajuwon.
No. Because I truly want to know who's downing black businesses. Because like
I did
you,
not
I'm all for
down them, bro.
customer service.
I am not pointing or naming any names. I'm just saying us as the watch list, we are, and I'm gonna speak for everyone, we're pro small, we're pro great service. And if you are a black owned business and you fit that criteria, then we're gonna support you 100%.
Yeah. Yep. You got the Hollywood.
Now the ones that aren't, don't guilt trip me because we
You
have the
can't.
same pigment that you expect my money or think I'm gonna overpay for less than quality service. Now,
Subpar service
I
or
will-
food or quality.
Go ahead,
yeah,
Hollywood.
quality.
Yep.
Less than. Hey, you support black owned, we give it. Yo, relax. We all work hard for our money. The way
Relax.
this economy is, you're working hard and you're probably not getting paid the way you're supposed to. But again, at the same time, I'm not gonna diss. They had this thing online. It was like it's Greensboro or like Piedmont area. It's on Facebook. Someone's like, "Hey, I'm looking for a black-owned gym or a black-owned bar or whatever," and it's some Caucasian or Anglo-Saxon. Hey, well, I need to find a white-owned business, and I was like, "Whoa!"
I would like look
Everywhere
down the
you
street.
You know what I'm saying? But I get it though. I get it. I get what you're saying. I can see how it could be somewhat offensive, but I don't because I can
So
go.
this is Hollywood. I'm gonna give you this, and I'll probably leave it at this.
Offensive?
There are black-owned establishments that I don't know they're black-owned establishments. Don't
Okay.
make it prominent to me that you're black-owned. Just do what the fuck you do, and if I find out, oh, I'm really about to fuck with you.
I feel
Like,
it. I
you don't
feel it.
have to put it in my face. We sell chicken. Oh shit,
No,
y'all
why
black
gotta be
owned.
chicken? Why gotta
Like,
be?
what the fuck is this?
Why gotta
Give
be?
me the black-owned ramen spot.
Said, oh shit, you're
You want some
black
black
owned.
owned chicken?
Yeah, like it's a black-owned ramen spot here in Charlotte. I've been there twice and didn't know it was black-owned. One of my favorite spots to get ramen, bro.
And well,
And
guess
then
what?
I found out on Juneteenth it was black-owned, and I'm like, what the? My mind was blown. I said, I gotta go back.
Respect.
But because it was a good establishment, I didn't need to worry about. And I feel like they throw that in your face because if we didn't meet your expectations, just remember, you one of us.
Well, if I want chicken, I might not go to the black owned spot. I'm going to the Korean fried chicken.
Hey, I mean,
The
that's facts.
Koreans are the
I ain't
black
gonna
people of
lie.
Asia.
They really are. But
That's
y'all
why this
realize
stuff's good like that.
Hey,
Yep.
man,
the,
hey,
the,
I'm gonna
A-
get in
the
trouble for this.
African
I'm sorry.
before y'all get into it, understand your history. The African Americans taught them how to fry the chicken.
Hey,
Brother.
guess what? The teacher became the
We
student.
just no, we just don't have the same ingredients. They use rice flour. That's the difference.
Whose
If
fault,
you use rice flour or tempura,
Whose fault is
it's a
that?
whose fault is that? Is
hey,
it better or not?
we ain't got that shit over here. That's the
Why we
thing.
don't? It's
They eat healthy over there, bruh. They don't eat no Skittles. Niggas eating Skittles every Halloween. They got warning signs on their shit like this will hurt you. And you guess what? Ain't no warning signs on our shit.
well. Guess what? You can go over there and they'll pay you for your seed.
I might plant that motherfucker because they paying
Yo,
niggas to move over there. I'm just saying, like Japan paying motherfuckers $90,000 to move to Japan. I might be black Japanese.
You fucking lying for real?
no, they don't. They want the
What's
men though. They don't
sake?
want the women. They want the men.
No, they want the men.
Kawasaki?
Yeah, they want the
You know
men.
what? I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that conversation for another pod. But
Yeah.
I was about to say something that would have
Shout
sent
out
this
to
to
us if we got off track because we was about to go ham, but it got a little passionate. I have to stand. Yo, Dr. Umar, I'm right there with you, my man. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Yeah, I said it. I said it.
Go
Black. Yeah,
Hollywood. I got a video I'm gonna send Uncle Umar,
yeah.
Dr.
Well, I got
Umar.
the Uncle Umar. That video with him in the mall and that white woman was fake and staged.
What about the video? Never mind.
Hey, talk about it. Talk about it. I don't condemn. I honestly, I'm trolling. Love is love for me.
There
Love
you go.
for
That's
me.
more like it.
Not for me.
Love is a love for me.
Mm.
Hey, hey,
Everyone has their preference.
right.
That's all we are.
Hey, we might want to have we might want to go public one day. I want you to relax. The board not want to hear them feelings. Want you to get voted off.
No, not like that. But like,
Chill out. Chill out. We
Not
ain't
all
there
love
yet,
is love.
bro. They can't vote us off for some shit we did before now.
Sponsors.
That shit already happened, bro. What you want me to do?
Craft about to give us a sponsorship, but Nikki go mess it up with what she about to say.
Love is love.
Yes.
I am an ally.
Yes.
Love,
Yes.
love.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
the only love is love I'm not taking is the extreme age differences. That's all.
You know what? It's crazy. I said something. You know, never mind. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that because I had a conversation about that with someone, and we was kind of debating about age and all that. But I'll save it for the next pod. Leave your comments. Keep reaching out, and they thought we forgot. We got to bring it up because I got a couple people in there. The Nikki, the guys have been flooding us. They want to know a little bit more. They're putting it in, they're sending their videos, they're making their campaigns. A couple of them, they did spoken word. I'm like, y'all doing poems? They really want
okay.
That's
we're not,
nice. That's
we're gonna
creativity.
start putting them on here. Yo, we're gonna put on there just Nikki. They're out here trying to, they're shooting their shot with Nikki.
All right. Well, let's see if they make it.
Cat with Nikki.
Hey, Cat. No, that's a little too. Now we ain't doing her like that. We got to first base.
We gonna go live and then we gonna do some speed dating on the live.
Yeah. Oh my
Not
gosh.
the
Not
Speed dating.
speed dating.
And you heard Nick, you can't be too old either. We don't want
Please.
the worms.
Please, I heard y'all got worms. Please.
Yeah. If you over 30, what?
I'll take up to 33.
30, oh yeah, if I see a young gun for y'all out there. Yeah, y'all right. Y'all know what it is.
Say young whippersnapper.
Pretty young thing. Pretty young thing. And also, as we going on, there's people in the inbox. Yo, hey, y'all mugs on TikTok talking junk. Yeah. OKC Thunder fans. Yeah, y'all want to chip because of injuries.
Oh my god.
Because of injuries. Y'all was shook though. Game 6, they didn't. They got a little nervous. They got a little nervous. Some of them was, hey, you know what? Maybe you right. Maybe you right. You got sometimes
Said that. No one said that.
you got to be a person of your conviction, man, and stand in it.
No
So
one said you're right, Hollywood. Everyone
was.
knew OKC.
it was under the Thunder fans. Oh man, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. You're doing it. Maybe you're right. I hear you. But we got a whole nother season in football. Preseason, season, we got a lot to talk about. Oh, we got a lot on the watch list coming up. Shout out to the Commanders, man. I can't wait for football season. You already know what time it is.
Me
Shout out
neither.
to the
Why you trying not to come? Hey, you a wild one, bro.
Oh, what? You tell me why you think I'm calling about, and I will deny or confirm.
No, you won't deny and confirm. If anybody's watched this show, they will understand why you can't wait to see the Commanders for the quarterback's mom.
That's crazy. You need to put.
No, don't confirm or deny. Your face said it all just now.
Yo, my Raiders. We got Geno Smith, Pete Carroll. We looking good. The Panthers got made some moves too.
We got some weapons.
Interesting. We're gonna get into it. We're what's it called? Fantasy football. We're touching on that.
I do a watch list league.
Watch list league. Y'all go ahead and make sure you're reaching out, sending us your emails so we can put you in there. We'll probably have some money in the pot.
Send Nikki some recommendations so she can make her best
Yeah.
butts team.
Yeah, because that's how she picks her team. She's like, "Well, I like his butt."
You
I'm
know
like,
what, King Ball? I just want to take a moment and just tell you that I appreciate you for thinking about me and the butts.
Got you.
Oh
You
my
know,
God.
that's why I be watching the sports. You know.
Low key, that's
Hey,
how she
you need some best butt recommendations for who to pick for your fantasy.
Hey, to
'Cause
be
we
Sport is
honest,
it when they keep slapping each other's ass? I like that. That's football, right?
probably
I'm
What was
excited.
that?
reasons why I didn't play. Hollywood, you play football, right?
Mhm.
He said, "Missed it. Good old days."
Yep. I was like, yo,
He said,
He said they should probably.
yeah, football's the best. But yeah,
I
some of them
think
was OD. Some of them was OD. I was like, y'all doing too like that's all right. I get that, but when you doing all this,
the cusp.
"Oh,
Yeah.
ooh, that's spicy.
You get that
What kind of game
pinky
is?
in there.
What kind of football
that's
game is?
wild.
So I tuned it up. I'd be like, my turn."
Hike.
Yo, oh my God. Speaking of that, and I had to put it in here. Lucky I didn't save it to put in.
Hike got it.
Indiana Fever. Is that what they're called? Whoop, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark.
Oh, Caitlin Clark.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I mean, I
Oh,
respect that she's engaged to a heterosexual male,
Who is?
and maybe she is not comfortable with women giving her back shots while she's bent over, and she has an image to protect. So I feel like it's let her do her fucking thing. I feel like we make too much noise about what Caitlin Clark is doing
No,
right now.
no. You're missing. I'm not. That's not where I'm going with it.
Oh, okay, my bad.
The person that's humping her, just technically you're in the workplace, right? So let's say hey, I'm turning in my spreadsheet. You go over here. Oh, the printer's messed up. You go and fix the printer, and all of a sudden some guy comes over here and just bow right in the back. You hump you. Hey, what are you doing? Like, is that appropriate? Because
Well,
I mean, it's the
Hollywood, let's be honest. That was happening in locker rooms as well. Everybody had that one dude on the team that liked to get frisky when you were changing your shorts. Now
I got my
you would have to draw. Yeah, the worm, literally. So you would have to draw the line with some people because they thought that was playtime, and it's like, no, my dick is out. Like,
So,
leave me alone.
so do you think
So
if she
I
came
feel like
out,
it's the same for women. There are things that have happened in locker rooms. I'm sure that's not the first time she's seen a woman bump.
she didn't look like she liked it, is what I'm saying.
No, she looked like she was so as a heterosexual female, maybe she don't like it.
That's my point.
Some females might not see anything wrong with it. That's
No,
cool.
but she's the victim. So if she came out and she said, you know what, I didn't like it, I'm reporting it, would you condemn her? Because clearly from the video, it was not wanted or warranted, and I never gave it any indication that you could come and dry hump me while we're winning our championship. And it won't.
I wouldn't blame her. Yeah, I don't blame her for having an issue with the girl humping her.
Yeah, that's where I was getting at. Not Caitlin.
If she had a point to where she wanted to bring it to HR, she is very valid. It's on camera. There's no he said, she said. So it's like, yeah, if that's what she wants to do. Now, if she saw it as hey, my teammate, she had a little too much to drink, she got frisky, we're going to let bygones be bygones. She has that right as well.
So
I
imagine
think it's unfortunate that we saw that shit on camera.
Yeah, so imagine like I'm a personal trainer, and the Thunder win the championship, and Shy comes up and just starts dry humping her once she was bending over to get like some tape. You feel differently, right? So just because it's two women, I think it's equal. Like, yo, Caitlin, if you're watching this, I'm with you. I'm riding with you. You're the future of the WNBA. If you felt she crossed the line, speak up because other people are watching and they're looking at for you to make a message. So do what you feel is right.
That's exactly what I was
What
saying.
you feel is right.
If you don't want to say shit, don't say shit. But if
Yeah,
you want to say
and
something,
and when we go back to black businesses, what I hate is people act like you can't like Caitlin Clark because she's not black. Caitlin Clark is a baller, and it's not no shame to anyone else. She's a hooper. She's probably one of the best in the league. Even in year two, she's her. And I don't care what the color of her skin. She's a baller, female, male. She goes to colleges and hoops up men. Like, let's not act like it's cool to discredit her because she's not a woman of color. She's a baller.
I think she's the best thing that happened to women's sports in a long time.
Yeah, she's a
And
beast.
that's not me trying. That's not me trying to take no shot at women's sports at all. Like I've appreciated women's sports over the last. I would say I've grown a fonder appreciation over the last like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, people are going to come for you when they feel like you're on top. Just continue to do what you're doing. She's already shouted out black women and saying that she wouldn't be here if it wasn't for black women. So I feel like I had this conversation with somebody and they said they thought Caitlin Clark was a brat, and they haven't watched a full game of Caitlin Clark. They just see what they see on Sports Center.
Yeah.
So it's tough because I feel like these people that have to be in media, you're only seeing one side of them, whether it's athlete, celebrity, reality star, whoever it is. You're not getting the true substance of who that person is. You know, you may catch snippets of said interviews, but you know, it's sad that people will literally write somebody off based off of a 30-second Sports Center clip. You know what I mean? Like, that's where we are right now. So it's like they don't know that she came out and spoke highly about black women and giving them their flowers and shouting out specific black women in her life that have helped get her to the point that she is and have shown her a different side of tenacity that she didn't know she had in her. And it was like they brought out the best in who she is, and she gives them their flowers. So it's hard that people will sit and watch one aspect of said person's life on a 30-second clip and not understand they had a 30-minute interview where you got a whole different side of them. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to judge somebody, try to do some research on them.
Yes, yeah. I stand.
Judge them, just let them fucking live their life, but that's a whole other thing.
I stand with the Fever the same way I stand with the Pacers. Go Indiana. Go Indiana.
They got a good shot, I will say. They stay
Like
healthy.
They record ain't that great.
I mean, they won the Commissioner's Cup.
Yo, just like the Lakers won that cup that 1 year, they ain't do nothing.
No, facts.
But the girls' league, they ain't got that many teams.
They handed the Liberty their first loss of the season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think they're a good team. You know, they just got to stay healthy. Caitlin was out for like 2 weeks, which is like 18 games in the WNBA. So,
Yeah.
well, let me not say that. The season is only like 18 games. So, 2 weeks is like, it's a good bit of the season for them.
They're 9 wins and 8 losses, so they're doing pretty good.
Yeah, they haven't even played 18 games, so that's crazy.
Oh yeah, you know they doing their thing. They're doing their thing. And what will end it on is stay tuned to the watch list. We got a lot of things coming. No dip. Signing off.
There you go.
What is
No,
it?
it's not the end. It's not the end. Go ahead, play it.
Play what?
Go ahead, play it.
What? Bing, bing, Right.